It's Open House Thursday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Hello, Obiajulu. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. Counting down to my birthday.
Yeah.
I started receiving gifts anyway. So, Justina, the makeup room, give me a pair of shoes. Lovely, shiny blue shoes. Like, I felt so good.
You got something last week too from somebody, I think.
Yeah, Nima also gave me a gift. So she got me a pouch for this.
Nice.
I will be changing from time to time.
Yeah, love then.
Yes, I'm so love, baby. Oga gave me a ticket to somewhere for vacation for my birthday.
Nice.
I'm expecting more gifts anyway, so I'm just...
You guys will be traveling soon.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Good. See, I'm smiling already.
Yeah. I'm here for the soft life, baby. I'm here for the soft life.
Yeah.
Teeth.
The green came out.
All the teeth is out.
Nice. How are you doing, Tokwe?
I'm very good.
I like the nails. They're pretty.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Decided to jazz it up a bit. I really love doing nails, but it's something that I just chose that I'll do it 3 or 4 times, four times in a year, and I try to keep to that timetable.
Right.
So you do your nails 4 times in a year?
Yeah.
Oh,
Why are you calculating like that? She's very calculating. Budgeting. I know you.
Thank you. So, budget and the fact that the nails, acrylic weakens
your natural nails.
My natural nails. So when it's a pain that I would suffer for the fashion of having nails. But really, what my brand, we spoke about expectation, and I was taking my realtors class yesterday and saying that you cannot expect success and prepare for defeat. And many of us, we have that counter behavior. We're expecting things to work out, but we have all the plans and behavior. Your actions speak more. So if you're expecting something, you act like you're expecting it. You do all it will take to make it happen. Don't be thinking and saying, and then what you're doing is totally different. You know, so let's just ensure that we align our thoughts and action together.
How you doing, Mario?
Fine. Something happened to me yesterday.
Give us gist.
I got lights.
Oh, now, Maria.
Nice one. Nice one.
4 hours of light. This morning as I was leaving the house, it came on. I'm like, whoa, me. Somebody remembered me today. So thank you. That's all I want to say.
Wow.
For just 4 hours.
Keep it longer. Yeah.
You're lucky.
My darling, that's all I told winch.
Me, I was 30 minutes. You see, wait. When the light comes on, Brown is lying down. The windows are open, the fan is on. The lights comes on, the AC comes on. It's like, should I close the window?
Yes.
So as he's standing up to close the windows, it goes off.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's really bad.
Horrible.
What energy crisis.
I can imagine.
Yeah. All right.
How are you doing? I love the jacket.
Well, thank you. Oh, it's TVC wardrobe, you know.
Oh, this is so very classy.
I've been looking at it. I'm thinking, when did I wear this? You know, it's really
nice. She does a good job.
Yeah, she does. You know what? She gets it right.
Yeah, blessing.
A blessing.
Well done.
Yeah, and the makeup artist. So I have a party this weekend. We have something tomorrow.
Happiness Center.
So I can do Friday and Saturday. I can't do Sunday because I have a party on Sunday. But yeah,
I want to do 3.
Yeah,
I know you're doing 3 days.
You know,
just
like in 2 days as well.
Some of the things that just help us with this meditation, and it just works
So
perfectly.
you're doing Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday?
No. Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay. I need it. I need the rest.
Right. You're not taking me out for my birthday. You promised to.
No, it will happen.
No.
Find something.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll find something. Don't worry, I got you, honey.
I mean, these are hard jobs.
There's no light. You know how things are. Yes, now it's not easy. I understand what's going on now. You know me, I'm doing a project. There's a project I'm doing right now. I'm counting everything, one naira. Like, I'm counting it. So you'll be all right.
We got you. You'll be fine.
Let's go on a break. When we come back, we go through the front pages of the paper. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
All right, we're going to start with the nation. Buhari governors agree on Adamu as consensus chair. National Assembly to appeal judgment voiding Electoral Act Section 84, subsection 12. IMF ready to lend more to Nigeria. Sanwo-Olu launches Lagos ride with 1,000 cars. Uguayi Oladipo, 35 others in PDP zoning panel. Soyinka decries protest over OAU VC. Give us another chance. PDP governors begs Nigerians. Okay, what's the story we're starting with? The car? Yes, please.
The cars. So yesterday, Lagos State launched the first phase of the Lagos Ride Transport Initiative with 1,000 cars. So it's a relationship between Lagos State-owned Ibile Holdings and CIG Motors. And all the cars are JAC Motors, looking spanking, looking new. Anyways, the governor of Lagos State has said that these cars are have technology-enabled security features that monitor the journey, every journey taken, and also those who would get these cars have the opportunity of owning the cars after making payments. And I hear that it's about 1.9 million naira down payments to be made. And these are also subsidized, you know. And then he said, of course, this is a step towards the drive for to develop an efficient transportation model in tune with modernity and comfort. He says this will eventually phase out all the rickety cars that we see. He also mentioned that this has nothing to do with pushing like the old drivers or old cars out of business, but just making sure that people have a more dignified, more comfortable, more modern way of, you know, transporting themselves, and also employment for them. So I think this is a step really in the right direction. Yeah. I was really impressed and so proud of it.
Let me just quickly chip in something. We have lots of coaches that have done several training site therapists. I would like us to do like a therapy session for all our drivers as well, because when they created BRT buses, we just took the drivers and put them there, and we've seen how BRT buses have turned out. It's just glorified Moluwe in a more comfortable way. So I think that we also need to ensure this doesn't become like every other.
Yeah, but those kind of things
to engage
those
them,
things have to be done continuously.
Yes.
Not a one-off thing.
Yeah, the government needs
Okay, what else? Which other story?
Yes, so Nobel laureate, Professor Soyinka, is talking about what happened with the Ile-Ife indigents over the appointment of Professor Adebayo Bamire as Vice-Chancellor of the Obafemi Awolowo University. So he's saying that the Ile-Ife people should come out and denounce the protesters for such crazy agitation. He said there's some people spoke to him and said, look at what is happening in Ife. And he said, you're an Ife person. You should be on the front line denouncing these people. This is wrong and they must be punished, you know. And so he said this, he was saying at a lecture, The Politics of Black Intellection and Creativity at the University of Pennsylvania, United States. And he also talked about some of the kidnappings, you know, Boko Haram issues, saying that one of the reasons we're still having this is because people do not have the willpower to denounce it. So aside from the government, the people also are sort of petting this incident, and that's why we have a case of kidnapping. Children are sent to school, and before you know it, 300 children had disappeared. They have been abducted, and we're not really doing anything. We're not getting upset enough to act.
Okay. So you're going to take the electoral?
Yes. I wanted to take the story of the Governors Forum. So the PDP Governors Forum met at Governor Ikpeazu's country home in Abia State, and they, in togetherness, told Nigerians to please give them another chance, saying that there's so much crisis going on, and they believe they will be the solution to the problems within Nigeria if they are given the opportunity to rise to power. They listed the fact that aviation fuel is now 700 naira, and it has caused a sharp rise in flights. Kerosene is so expensive, diesel is expensive. Listed the problem of unemployment, but I was waiting for where they will list what they were going to do as solutions. I think that when we're campaigning now, don't just tell us problem. We refill the problem. Tell us the solutions you are going to bring to the table so that we can hold you accountable if perhaps you get into power.
Yeah, but they told us last time now. They gave us solutions, and yet they were not able.
Okay, so I was going to take the major headline, but I also saw an interesting IMF. Is IMF anywhere else?
No, it's
no. Let me just take the IMF. So after Nigeria's BC has reached 32.9 trillion in 2020, and it actually increased to 39.56 trillion at the close of last year, IMF is saying, hey, we can still borrow you more.
Hey.
I mean, I was shook. They said, we emphasize the importance of global financial safety net and countries having access to that as appropriate, and saying that they will have a support from IMF, which they stand ready to provide as needed by their membership countries. So what they're saying is that we are still going to offer. So I guess these are the kind of indications the financial minister is seeing to say that, listen, we can borrow more, we still have the safety nets to do so, but it's sad, but it seems that we're still owing so much. According to a breakdown of the debt statistics at December 31st, showed that Nigeria owes International Development Association 11.12 billion euro bonds.
That's external.
Wow.
Not
That's
internal.
external. That's not. So as much as they are still saying come and borrow more, maybe we should think twice.
We should think about it, so that our next generation isn't paying debts.
Let's move on quickly to the Punch. National Assembly plans appeal, tackles George Malami insists on amendment. Thugs invasion, court orders mother to sweep son's school for 6 months. Court remands man for allegedly abducting, raping Ekiti SS3 student for 3 years. Slapping group berates Bianca Ojukwu, Obiano's wife, apologizes to Soludo. Lagos shuts damaged Echo Bridge as fire destroys markets and traders lament. Autonomy, disregard Fayemi. Akeredolu's opposition, Nolj tells Buhari. Let's find another story. Reports where your husband reside. NYSC tells married prospective couples. Southern Kaduna boils death toll his 37th church attacked, settlements raised. Buhari orders Sylvia Kyari CDS to halt crude oil theft. Okay, which story are we starting with?
A magistrate court in Ota, Ogun State, on Wednesday ordered a 40-year-old housewife, Bola Joshua, to sweep her son's school for 6 months, Iju Ibiye High School, for invading his premises with thugs. Very happy with this judgment. What happened was
we're getting it right.
Yes, we're getting it right. The student was scolded for something he did, and then he went home and, you know, called the mom.
What state was this?
That's
Ogun State, you said.
Ogun State, yes. Ijuibi High School. And then called the mom. The mom brought thugs, and they beat up the principal, beat up one of the, I think, physical and health teacher, and, you know, gave them some injuries. So the case was taken to court, and by the time they got to court, she has been charged with conspiracy, assault, and breach of peace. Now, they're going to set up a logbook for her, so that when she comes every day, she will register that she's sweeping the whole school. I am so happy with this. This will also serve as deterrence to other parents who are planning. We can always dialogue when something happens. Let's learn how to talk things through, use our mouth.
Not even that, it's the type of punishment.
Yeah, you will sweep
them. You go away and you hide your embarrassment. You see the fine. For me, sometimes it's just the easy way out. But to show up at your child's school,
for 6 months.
Sweeping, please put her in an orange or yellow.
Yes.
You know, it will send a message. And I feel that that's the sort of thing that we need. When we do things, community service like that,
it's very
help
important.
us. Wow.
Very, very
Okay, so let's take the major headline. National Assembly plans appeal, tackles judge. Remember this matter going on between the Federal High Court's judgment, saying that she expunged the Section 84, subsection 12 of the Constitution, that says that you have to resign from your office before you, at least 30 days before, if there's a political office holder, before you now participate in a new election. So many people have actually, who are participating right now, some of them have to resign. But the Federal High Court saying was that part of the Constitution, should be, the Electoral Act should be expunged. Malami is about to uphold that judgment. But the National Assembly is saying, this is the wrong precedence to start. We have agreed in the House that it should be that clause should be inserted. So there's a back and forth between them, but Malami is insisting that it's going to they're going to uphold that judgment and they're going to implement it. You're going to add to that?
Let me take another story, the NYSC story. So we're ready for the batch A of NYSC 2022, and the DG of the NYSC is saying that because there's always this issue of you're married and all of that, he said every married corps member should report to the states the husband resides. I wonder if that is the other way. If a man can say, I'm married, I want to stay where my wife is. Let's not enter that debate. What they are saying now is that if you're a woman and you're married, you will report in the state your husband resides. And when you are reporting, you must have your marriage certificate, your newspaper printout, as well as all the documents you submitted while registering. Another good thing that the DG said that I feel we should emphasize on is the core process has taken into preparing a lot of skill acquisition programs, and I'm aware of them, that core members should take advantage, and I know some don't. This period is a time for you to acquire skills. People complain about not having jobs, but that the core has provided, the NYSC system has provided lots of skill acquisition programs that core members need to opt into them and take advantage, because those skills will serve them if they don't get jobs. If they don't get those jobs that they are looking for.
I played through NYSC.
Yeah, so the Apongbon
fire
that happened yesterday. Apongbon.
You tried.
I always try to pronounce it properly. So because of what happened yesterday, so we're getting reports on the cause and the state of the bridge as of today. It's being blamed on all the illegal structures underneath the bridge. They said that most of the people that were affected were those selling baking materials, but that some of the structures, the containers under the bridge, had they were storing flammable products. So that could be the reason why the fire was so widespread. The fire service said that they got the report of the fire at about 3:14. People were saying that the fire started about 3 a.m. And then Lasema also said, you know, they are doing their own investigation, and also the federal government is going to come to do an integrity test on the state of the bridge. But also, meanwhile, because this affected my son going to school yesterday, he got to school really late because that's, you know, traffic backed up all the way to our side. So they're giving motorists heading towards Apongbon from Surulere and its environs other options. They said use the Ijora Papa route or the Leventis UBA roundabout to connect Marina and other desired destinations. They can also use Ebute Aero to link Ebutero to link Inner Marina and the Third Mainland Bridge to continue their journey.
You guys are feeling like...
I feel like you're back. Okay, let's go on a break. When we come back right now, we'll go through the other parts of the paper. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite.
Thanks for staying with us. Moving on quickly now to Daily Sun. PDP governors roar over bad state of affairs. Days of downfall, rickety commercial buses numbered. Let's find a story not taken. 2023, INEC seeks Abdulsalami Peace Committee intervention to curb violence. Electoral Act Senators reps team up against Malami. Abia Guba governors foot soldiers organize groups to support power rotation to Isialangwa. And APC governors bow to Buhari on choice of chairman. Okay.
So let me talk about the INEC. So Professor Mahmoud, let me do like I can pronounce it well, Yakubu, has appealed to the General Abdulsalam Abubakar, who's the leader of the National Peace Committee, that he should start engaging everybody that will be involved in the politics of 2023 early enough, so that we can minimize electoral violence in 2023 general election. He said this. There was a delegation from the committee from the Swiss Federal Department of Foreign Affairs and the Kofi Annan Foundation, and he was appealing because he is of the opinion, according to what was written in papers, that if every stakeholder, actor, politician knows what is at stake, if they in any way influence violence taking place, we would reduce violence, and we must let them know early enough the repercussions of them getting involved. I really want a peaceful 2023.
Okay, let me just give an update on the APC. So finally, President Muhammadu Buhari has endorsed who he wants for the chairmanship of the National Working Committee, the party. I think he has decided to go ahead with the former governor of, I think it's Nasarawa State, I believe. And then they've also endorsed former president of the Senate, as Ken Namani, as his deputy national chairman. And all the 16 governors that were in attendance agreed to the president's choice of Adamu, governor. He's actually the former National State Governor, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, as the national chairman. And it looks like Saturday's convention is just going to be there's no election.
For other people now.
And for these are the key positions that they were talking about, that there was a lot of back and forth. So that is just going to be mere endorsement, but right now for these people. Okay, moving on quickly to Vanguard. Let's find a story we have not taken. Crude oil theft, vandalism, Pengassin, Pandem, others tango over Niger Delta's role. 2023, Atiku officially declares for president, unveils 5-point agenda. We have invested 3.4 trillion in Nigerian economy since 2001, MTN tells reps. 2023, Tambuwal meets Babangida Abdulsalami, says PDP not zoning presidency. And Nigeria collapsing under APC rule, says PDP governors. Okay, which story are we starting with?
So I have reps investigate death in Nigerians in Indonesia. The House of Reps has yesterday mandated its committees on diaspora and foreign affairs to investigate the allegations of high-handedness and inhuman treatment by Indonesian officials that led to the death of one Arinze Igweke and other Nigerians. I have it here. So the issues are March 14th, Arinze Igweke was allegedly illegally arrested, extorted, tortured, and it led to his death. They said July 2020, Chukwueze also died when he was arrested. They say he was illegally arrested as well, extorted, tortured, and it led to his death. That also caused a protest. Nigerians protested at the Nigerian embassy then in Jakarta. Then August 2021, and I'm sure we all remember the story of the Nigerian diplomat that was harassed and dragged and arrested and, you know, by immigration officers. And, you know, our House of Reps is saying that this is a disgraceful action that is against international law and Vienna conventions governing diplomatic and consular relations. So they've given them 4 weeks to look into it. And I think it's important because many times we hear, when we hear of other countries, they would not do it to Americans or British. Yes. But, you know, with us, I'm happy that we're insisting to investigate it. And if there are any, and if it shows that, you know, these things were done, we should sanction them as well. We should send a strong message that you must treat Nigerians with respect.
So the House of Reps Committee on Public Accounts has been carrying out an ongoing investigation into the revenue losses identified in the Auditor General's report on the federal government's account, and MTN has been involved. So they have sent out you know, messages to MTN wanting to be able to audit their books, which according to the chairman said they've not received. However, MTN yesterday said that since its incorporation in 2001, it has invested 3.4 trillion in the Nigerian economy. It said it has paid over 2.5 trillion in taxes, levies, and other regulatory fees as of December 2021, including 669 billion in 2021 alone. So they said now that they have presented all their books to this committee to review and see if there are any discrepancies.
All right, so I have the PDP story. You want to take a story?
Yes, I wanted to take, I have an interest in the Lekki Free Trade Zone. So Professor Adesoji Adesugba, who is the managing director of the Nigerian Export Processing Zone Authority, was giving a brief concerning how the Lekki Free Trade Zone, an investment currently going to be about 3.5 billion naira, is estimated in 45 years to hit 461 billion naira. He said that the Lekki, the deep sea port that is going to be built with it, that is being built actually within the Lekki Free Trade Zone, is going to provide a lot of employment for people in that area. And a lot of Nigerians that where would have needed expatriates will be employing more Nigerians. The entire area would open up, and I believe people should look towards.
Fantastic. I was going to take a story quickly on the PDP. So it's really interesting to watch the dynamics play out in PDP. So while Atiku Abubakar was declaring yesterday for president, which he has done, Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwal went to Mina to talk to Abdulsalami and Babangida on this matter of should we zone or should we focus on who can win the party? So there are two key issues going on with PDP. And he's saying, listen, he doesn't understand why these people are going on and on about this zoning, southwest, southeast. It's not about zoning. That the reason why zoning came out in the first place was when, after the annulment of the 1993 election with Abiola, MK Abiola, they now brought in Obasanjo, therefore, to assuage that whole situation, to help to bring down a lot of tempers, to temper down all the issues that happened during that period. And that's when zoning happened. But zoning is not part of our constitution. Zoning is not part of our constitution. It was a party decision that was made. So right now, zoning is not an issue. What should be an issue is who can win the election. And they're saying that either it should be based on competence or based on who has the numbers across the board.
If it's who can win the party, it's definitely not about competence. It's about who will bring the crown home. Well, so let's call it spade of what it is.
Exactly.
And if you people have had a gentleman's agreement, shouldn't you just honor it? Let it go around, then we can scatter.
All right, final paper. Look at the comments. Okay, we have to run. We don't have any more time, but let's just take leadership. Let's take a story. Outcry in Edo as Obaseki sacks 514 workers. Wow. 5,000 residents around Lekki Seaport may relocate. APC governors concede to PMB on consensus candidates. Okay, which story?
Yeah, so leadership, I got the Lekki Seaport, just like a continuation with your addition to your story. So the Lekki Seaport would be completed and ready, well, not completed, will be ready for a test run in September this year. And after that, the first commercial vessel will be received at the port. But this also shows that there will be lots of activities going around. And the Minister for Transportation, who was there during the inspection of the President's visit to the Dangote fertilizing plant, was also saying that this shows that because of the activities that may be happening around there, there has to be, it will displace about 5,000 residents. So this is something that they have to look into. And what is most likely to happen is that most of them will be relocated. They need to start making plans on how to conveniently and comfortably relocate these people. So I guess it's best that people start hearing about it if you're around that area, and maybe start making preparations, and that the government does this in a dignified manner. We don't want people carrying placards and singing and crying because, you know.
514 workers have been relieved of their jobs in Edo State Sports Council. Reason is because they are trying to transition from the Sports Council to a Sports Commission. And they have said they are going to pay them their 1 month in lieu of notice. And their pension will resume April 2022. But those people are carrying placards and saying they should not have been relieved from their duties in the first place. So it's been...
Okay, that is all we can take on the front page review. When we come back, we bring our guests from Lush Hair. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC Communications story.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day, all around.
Come a little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it. Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it. Thanks for staying with us. So joining us on the show is a digital media executive for Lush Hair, Mercy Babalola. Welcome to the show, Mercy.
I'm so happy to be here.
Mercy.
Thank you.
So the month of March has been very interesting for your brand. Tell us what's going on with your brand.
So we know March is Women's Month, and Lush Hair wanted to celebrate how incredibly special women are.
Okay.
I mean, look at us. See how beautiful.
Yeah, we're special. Honey, yeah, we know.
Every day should even be celebrated. Every day should be Women's Day.
Yeah, right.
So we started off with the month. We had conversations with different women from different professions. I'm talking about women that are cab drivers, women that are furniture makers. We just wanted to highlight and celebrate how they are breaking the stereotype, how they are breaking the bias, and just keep celebrating and celebrating their accomplishments. That's just all we wanted to do. We wanted to highlight how great and how their work is.
Okay, so you have this campaign, The Lady Understands. So tell us how it came about.
Okay, so for Women's Month this year, we wanted to do something jaw-dropping. We wanted to do something groundbreaking. Yeah. We wanted to do something unconventional.
Okay.
Beyond the norm.
Yes. Okay.
So what we wanted, we came up with this idea of having different ladies on a stand, literally.
Oh yeah, that was you?
Mm-hmm. Yes, so it was awesome. It was awesome. So we had them positioned in different areas in Lagos, different key areas. We had in Ojolegba Marina and so on and so forth. So they were dressed as different professions. They were holding profound messages. We had messages maybe like an artist saying something like, "Who says I cannot bring the next Grammy home?" or and someone that works.
We should have pictures show so that people can see it on the screen. So it'd be nice to have that.
Oh,
I saw that, but I didn't know it was Lush. You guys didn't put Lush on it though.
We did an unveiling on Women's Day itself. So we had different messages. Who says I cannot bring the next Grammy home? Who says even for Loma workers, we wanted to highlight them as well.
Good.
We did a message for Loma workers stating. Don't undermine my efforts. I save the environment to save lives.
Oh,
you know,
give me a tweet. The keywords. Save the environment.
They save the environment, save lives, and we wanted something. We just wanted to just celebrate them. We didn't just want doctors, professionals. We went down to like artisans.
You know what I like about Lush Hair? You guys, you know your audience.
Yeah,
like you understand. You understand your audience. I don't know how you guys do it. Go ahead.
So I know that the focus right now is on women because it's Women's Month.
Right.
But do you have any other plans for your fans out there that not necessarily women?
Okay, so
Mother's Day or something?
Yes, we're celebrating Mother's Day. We know Mother's Day is this Sunday.
Right. Yeah.
So we are telling the audience we want to give back. You know, we're a brand that gives back. We love it. You know, we don't just like to take, we want to also give back. So for Mother's Day, we're telling our audience to just do just a simple thing. Celebrate your mother in your local language. Just like Tokwe said, I'm a Yoruba girl. I would like you to celebrate your mom in your local language. Upload the video, then just translate it in the caption on Instagram. Tag us, Lush Hair Nigeria. Use the hashtag LushMom. The most creative entry will win
a prize.
Win an amazing prize.
So let us know what the prize is.
You win goodie bags. You get to meet our ambassadors, Derele, Yemi Alade. I mean, we even love to even meet you personally. Me, I would like to even meet you, honestly. And we just want to celebrate our mothers and, you know, how to show how incredibly special they are. I wanted it to be indigenous. Say it in your local language, yes. I would even like if maybe one of you can even celebrate your mom in your local language.
Don't worry, you don't need to say it twice. We're already practicing what we
Oh, fine.
I mean, send your entry. I mean, who knows?
Yeah. So I mean, is there anything? I mean, I know you're big on diversity and all that. So is there anything else we're working on?
Yes. So we recently introduced the kids variant. Okay. Because we don't want the kids to be left out. Yeah, exactly. We're just focusing on grown women, mothers, all of that. We also want kids to be part of us. So we've introduced our kids variants, the Wow Kids and the Fiona Kids.
Okay.
So the Wow Kids is like a braiding extension, just like Wow braids. It's the smaller version of the Wow braids.
Okay.
So
that's good.
We decided to make a pack that had the perfect quantity to avoid wastage. We made it so lightweight. The Fiona Kids has beads in it, colorful beads. It's school appropriate. We made colors that are school appropriate. Like
really
we just.
I wish you had pictures. You don't have pictures. You just came to.
We brought for you. Don't worry.
But I'd love to show our fans.
For you.
Nice.
It's available. Like we're going to definitely give you. Like we wanted something so that will save time for mothers.
Can we get can we get a pack so that we can show our viewers? It'd be nice to see them.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess. Okay. Unfortunately, we can't do that. I thought it was a paid segment. Okay. I guess not. I wanted to help you guys.
I mean, follow us on Lush Hair Nigeria, you see me back. Yeah. Follow us on Lush Hair Nigeria, you definitely see. So we know that mothers work Monday to Friday, and we didn't want
weekends are tight.
Yes. We didn't want you to waste time at the salon again. So we created like an extension that was time saving, saves time, and just you can just easily do it. We had
how to solve the problem of your consumers.
Thank you.
Pay attention to their needs.
Exactly.
Give them
localizing our solutions.
Yeah.
You know, when you talked about that children brand, you're just talking to me because I have a daughter that is really into her hair and everything. So this is just for her.
I can't wait for all your daughters to slay with swag.
Thank you.
When you use it, just like tag us, Lush Hair, and I'll be happy to repost it.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, thank you so much for joining. Is there anything else you want to say before we run off?
We'll also like to talk about we are partnering as an indigenous brand. We are partnering with Headies that is coming up.
It's going to America. Okay.
Yes, we want to celebrate Nigerian talents. We want to highlight them. Also, we have this modeling initiative we run, Lush Pink Bell. We also want to bring young women. We know how unemployment is on the rise in Nigeria. So we don't just want young ladies to just be sitting at home, nothing to do. We want to engage them, engage their minds. So we want to work with young, aspiring, and also existing models that would like to represent the brand. We don't want people that, we're not just looking for people that have like a size 8, that size 8, size 4.
As well.
Everybody, we are inclusive. African. You can be lush if you are plus size, if you are slim, whoever you are, we are reaching out to you. The contest 2.0 is coming up this year. So
there's so much you guys are working on. You know what?
I mean, next I feel like can we competition?
Yes, everybody can be lost.
Can we vote Lush for president? It looks like they'll run the country well.
We have to run, but thank you so much for
Thank you so much for having me. I always have a lovely time coming here, honestly. It's always amazing.
We love you.
I love you guys.
I think Lush did a good job hiring you. I think they did a fantastic,
Thank you.
Did a fantastic job. We've seen marketers, but trust me, you are different. Don't say the garage, guys.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let's go on a break. When we come back over the hot topic of the day, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News. The
proposal.
Thanks for staying with us. According to reports, a friend dropped her 3-month-old healthy baby at a creche. She came back to pick his dead body. Ooh. Nobody understands what happened. The teachers at the creche obviously don't understand what happened. The issue is that she's being bashed that a 3-month-old baby had nothing to do in the creche, labeling her as a useless mother. Now, that's even besides the point. The issue of accidents happen home and everywhere else, even at daycares. So accidents do happen. But the real crux of this conversation is the condemnation of a woman or for a family or a parent to say, listen, because of work, because of economy, I need to leave my child, my 3-month-old child, or even 2-month-old child at work or at home or at the daycare because I need to go to work. So that's the real issue. Is that something we need to begin to discuss? Is this something we, you know, in the African culture, we have help all around, but sometimes today, everybody's working. To get somebody to take care of your children right now these days is extremely difficult and even dangerous. So what are your thoughts? How do we help people in this situation? You can call us on 081-270-53687, 091, let me find the other number since it's not being scrolled, 091-390-76948. You can also tweet us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read the tweet. So, BC, would like to start?
Yes. So the information also says they will drag women that want to be housewives. They will drag women that work and leave their kids with professionals, aka Crèche. They will drag women that employ the services of maids. They will also drag women that carry their kids everywhere, saying she should have left the kid at home. What does the society want? No one is even talking about the dead child. And this is the reality of what women go through. There is nothing you will do that would please the society as a woman. So they expect you, on one hand, to be a working class woman. After all, you're not supposed to come as a liability to your marriage. And the other, at the other hand, they also expect you to be a magician. So you find a way to organize the kids. We just don't want to see your struggles and your stress. So put it under wraps and just come out slaying. How is that even possible? The focus of this matter should have been on the dead child, which is what happened in that crèche. I put you in crèche because I have to resume work. I was a working class woman. At the time, I was having my kids, and I had to put them in the crèche because I had to resume work. On one hand, we are fighting for equality. So a man does not go off for 6 months or 1 year to nurse a baby. They have all the support and all the opportunity to, you know, do their work. And now you give a woman 3 months, and you don't want to bother yourself how she's going to take care of those kids. You just expect her to magically do something. I personally had the support of my in-laws because we're living, at the time, we're living close, so I could drop them off. But when I didn't have that support, I had to resort to a crèche because I couldn't tell my employees that I have to sit home. I was just starting my life. I needed to help my husband pay some of the bills. So no. The pain here is women are, we just expect so much from these gender women. and we need to deal with issues as they come. So we need to find out what happened in that crèche. The people who are supposed to be taking care of those children need to be arrested and explain to us what happened. I can leave any baby with you, any child. It could be an adult, it could be a 12-year-old, it could be a 10-year-old in your care. You should tell me what happened to that child.
So, as I said, I understand the pain and the anger. Of course, the child died. Absolutely. And that's an issue for the police. That's an issue for an investigation. That's an issue that we should look out for how it's been done. But the crux of a woman having to make a decision, having to choose, do I stay at home with my baby and lose my job? Or do I find a way, do I give up this child to a crèche? I mean, which is what the decision you had to make. So it's the reality of modern day work. Amen. How do we adjust? How do we ensure? How does employers ensure that women are accommodated? Because there's still that side of, you're a woman, I did it, can't you do it? You know? So what kind of pressure are women going through today? And this is International Women's Month. We have to highlight these issues.
So I think we're believing there is a choice. For the woman, for most women now that have children, there is no choice. We have to realize that there is a lot of financial hardship in our country. So there is no choice regarding if a woman should stay at home or work. The average woman right now, considering the expenses, the bills, the average woman needs to work. There is no choice. It's now a case of, can I go with my child, or should I do I have a support system? And before we used to have like, oh, I can have a maid take care of my child. But even right now, it's the news we hear of maids kidnapping the child, selling the babies. It's safer to put your child in a crèche than entrust your child to one individual in your home. So I feel that this is a grieving mother who is having to receive backlash of why is she working or dropping her child. And I think we need to reduce judgments. We are a very, very judgmental society. We lack compassion as a society, and we need to go back into less judgment, more compassion. Someone is dealing with a whole lot. It's not the time to be asking those kind of questions. It's the time to say, oh, whatever it is, I'm with you. We will stand by you through this process. You're grieving, we'll love you and support you, not to be asking, why is your 3-month-old child in a crèche? And I think that it's Women's Month, and we need to give this support in a whole lot more robust manner. Right.
Okay, so for me, the way I understand it, I think we're trying to highlight this work-life balance that we're expecting of women. And recently I was watching some of the news coming out of America, and recently at their courts, they have just appointed, the first black woman in that particular position, I think. And she was saying something to her daughter. She said that, I know that I haven't always gotten the work-life balance right. So the pressure on women is that you must have that balance. You're a woman. You have the skill to multitask. Yes. So you should be able to also balance work and family. And I feel that it's an unfair pressure to put on women. Women have put it on themselves now because, as Tokwe mentioned earlier, life is changing. Women are required now to go out and work. Women are required to do that. First, maybe one of it could be just, to help in paying the bills, to help with their income that is being made in the family and meet those demands in the home. But secondly, because women also have dreams, and I think I would like to do this. But a woman who goes out to work, who wants to pursue her career, is judged for doing that without thinking of a man. If she faces her career, just the career by itself, without her, without getting married or having children, she's judged for being selfish. She's only about making money. If she decides to be a full-time housewife, have babies, and just be at home and take care, she's judged for being lazy. She does not want to, add anything to the home. And sometimes if marriage goes sour because she hasn't been at work, they'll be like, yes, because you had nothing to bring to the table, like what exactly do you bring to the table? So those are the things that society will keep pushing at women. And The question says, what does society want? The society does not know what it wants. The society continues to talk just as it feels. And that is why the question should not always be about what society wants, but what do you want? What you want and you're pursuing, is it right? Is it good? Is it in a way that will uplift and positively impact yourself and those around you? So that is what women should be concentrating on. Women have been told that you can do everything, you can, while you're getting up, you can, and yes, we try to do all that, but we really also need to understand that we're not superhuman, and that we have our limitations, and we need her help and support of those around us. Now, if we were to just to put it on this creche issue, I'm not a doctor, and this is not a diagnosis, but I know of something called SIDS. I read about it because when I was pregnant, I used to read a lot of things. That's sudden infant death syndrome. So I'm not saying that's what happened with this child, but things like that happen, where it's just unexplainable. A healthy child just goes. And people are asking what happened. So that could be the case, but I'm sure the police will be investigating that. But a woman took that step. She took that option because she also had to maybe do other things as well, you know.
Let's go on a break. When we come back, we continue this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are
Doubt and the can goes. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it. Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fun. Thanks for staying with us. As we said earlier, the death of the child is an important issue of what we're talking about. However, we can't focus on that right now because we believe that the police will investigate that. But the real conversation is about the inclusivity women are asking for in the workplace. What are those extra things women need? Or should we even give them these extras? Because, hey, their mothers worked in the offices and they worked well. You know, there'll be different arguments saying, listen, we've had women executives for years and we didn't have a creche. We've had women executives for years. They only have 3 months, what's it called, the 3 months maternity leave. You know, different arguments can come up and say, listen, they survived. So why is it such a problem for this generation to be asking for more inclusivity in the workplace? That's really the crux of the conversation. You see, an employer is saying, women are saying, listen, understand that I've been pregnant and I want to work. You're using my brain, not my body. So can't I work from home now that we even have working offline? You know, we can do WhatsApp. There's so many ways to work. So do you think these are things to be incorporated in the workplace so that women can have more flexibility in work? I
absolutely agree that some of these things should be incorporated in the workplace for the sort of jobs or the sort of companies or organizations that can afford it. We need to be realistic in most of these things that we're asking for. So very big corporations, you know, banks, telecoms, those are big. They have the numbers, they have the capacity. Those ones we expect, without any doubt, that they should be able to have some of these measures. Some of maybe crèche, a place where women can rest and breastfeed for a few minutes and go back to work. I used to teach in an international school and we had a crèche. So I'll leave my class during my break time. I have like 30 to 45 minutes break time. I'll go breastfeed my son and then come back and continue my work. At the time, somebody comes in to fill in for me. But we understand that the majority of people and the sort of jobs they do, the organizations don't even have enough to pay staff. They owe them salaries. They are barely collecting less than minimum wage. Some are struggling to meet up with minimum wage now. And you're expecting that employer to get a crèche or something. It's not obtainable. So we need to give these women an opportunity to find a way to, you know, maybe get a crèche outside and put their child and come back to work. Do you say that if you cannot afford or if you don't have the capacity to build a crèche for your staff, you should not have an office? You are speaking from the side of the employer. Yes. Okay. Talk about here as an employer. You're an employer. Have you opened crèche for your staff? You now, you have a staff that will soon go on maternity leave. Please, what are your plans for? Last time I checked, I was the one hosting this show. But what I'm saying in essence is we need to be realistic for organizations that can't find. For those that cannot, how do we support these women? And our parents we had an option of our parents living with us at the time, it was a traditional form of support that most of us enjoyed.
Yes.
So your mother comes to stay with you for 6 months, 1 year, while you continue your work and she's nursing the baby. But now we're doing westernization. My parents cannot live with me in the same house.
So busy,
I'm a nuclear family, blah, 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 blah.
I feel like this cycle will continue to happen because sometimes we modern women, are we not the problems?
No,
you think we're part of the problem? Because the truth is that what did she just say? So the problem is saying that modern women, the truth is, don't you think we're giving too much weight to this work time that we seek for? That it's so much more important to us than that extra 6 months we want to spend with our children. Don't you feel?
So, like I said, we do it like we have a choice. In many cases, there is no choice. Yeah. Every paycheck meets a vital need in the house where Oga zone is coming in, Madam zone is coming in. It is essential. If there is that luxury of choice, of course, we could make the sacrifice and say, I'm going to stay at home with my children, we'll drink a bit of gari, but if the money at home cannot even buy the gari you want to drink, you have to get to work. That's one. But I feel like what women are asking from their bosses is be willing to concede a little bit for us. If you cannot pay me, if you're a small organization, you cannot pay me, give me a paid maternity leave. Let me know my job will be available whenever I choose to come back. You know, so I can understand that you're willing to make that, you're doing something for me. You can't afford to pay me while I'm on my leave, but can I have a job when I come back? Not that you say you've replaced me because I've gone.
Is that fair on your male counterparts?
No, but
if we give so much concession to women, how would the men feel? Like,
but the truth is, what the woman is bringing to the table is a different flavor. It is not a competition. It's a collaboration. So I used to, my makeup studio is inside a salon. And the salon, Au Natural, the boss started with young women. You know, many salons have women. And they got married and started having children. Like, it was a baby galore, you know, Natural, like 4 or 5 years ago. And she had to get a crèche close. She can't open a crèche for a salon. It's not that big. Yeah. But what she did was to partner with a crèche close by and told the crèche that I have like 6, at that time, 3 babies. And we're already seeing 2 other pregnant women. So we'll be having 5 babies. Can you please let my hairstylist put their children in your crèche at a discount? So they structured the discount for the staff so that the staff can have a more affordable approach to taking care of their children close by. Instituted nursing break so they can quickly go and nurse their child and come back. So it is, are you willing to just give me a bit so I can contribute my best to your organization? And that bit might differ from FMCG to MSME because what they can afford will be different, but they must be willing to give that edge and not say, oh no, I'll employ a man.
Let me take this call from Osaz. Are you there?
Hello?
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay, for me, first off, I need to say that as a people, we need to discontinue a lot of things that go on social media and out there. A lot of people do not have respect for the woman folk. Really, I used to have a neighbor who, after she put to birth her 4th child, it was as if she was mourning. The reason is she gave birth to a girl, another girl. Apparently, the husband wanted a meal. You know, these things still go on in the society. My child went to a crèche. I mean, it wasn't like my wife had to work to put food on the table, but she had to work. And then she had to find a crèche close to her workplace, which is standard. So I didn't understand where something will go wrong, and then you want to kill the woman.
Thank you so much, Osaz.
Yeah.
Now, Miriam, you're going to put in something.
Yeah, so I just feel like you said everything I was going to say, which is when we have this conversation about inclusivity, it's not necessarily saying that it is all or nothing. We're saying even make sure that this is a place where we can have this conversation. Let us know that this is a place where you're willing to look at the options that may work. COVID, sadly, we had to learn this through COVID, that people can work remotely. Many people were able to do so many hours, you know, in the comfort of their homes and still be with their family and still make money for their offices. So we didn't know we could do that then. It would have been a no-no, but COVID showed that it's possible. And since that lockdown and pandemic, a lot of companies have decided, oh, okay, we can even do this because it also pays us, that's less overhead bills for us and things like that. So now we know that it's possible. And so when women are asking for, you know, these extra, what we may call concessions, let's not look at it as only a cost that the company is making. Also look at the value that the person is bringing in. It's an income, the value, what is it doing for your company? If it's that person that comes in is so important, is making so much money for your company, you want that person so much, you are unwilling to even let that person go. You would make concessions for that person. They do it for men, they do it for some women, but it's when it just seems that when there's no value from that person, I can understand why a company would decide, you know what, there wasn't any value in the first place, so we may not be able to carry this extra cost on for you. But it's important that we have this conversation now, and I think that because we're talking about it a lot more, people are thinking about it differently. So there used to be a time people would say from the get-go, I'm not going to have a female work for me. But now they're thinking, I love this example that you gave, because I know of someone who had worked at a salon for so many years. She started from when she was very young, grew up into a young girl, got married, and she had a baby, and she eventually left that place. That girl was such an important part of that salon, but she had to leave eventually. And in this case, it wasn't totally the fault of her employer or her herself, because the employer was willing to have her, there was someone that stayed opposite the salon, and she says, give your child to that person to look after the child during working hours, and you can go and feed the baby once in a while. She didn't want that. She wanted the child to be there. And what happened was that customers ended up carrying her baby for her and passing from one, you know. At first it was cute. After a while, you're like, I'm just here to do my hair, my nails. I need to get, I'm not ready to. And, you know, when she decided to leave, the owner didn't let her go, but she decided to leave. The owner didn't exactly make her stay because she waited. Right. So it's important that even us women asking for this inclusivity, that we're also being reasonable about it.
Let me take this call from Amina. Amina's been holding for a while. Good morning, Amina. Are you there? Hello, Amina. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for staying with us. Go ahead, please.
Hello, good morning. Yeah, I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very interested. So you guys are really doing great.
Thank you, Amina.
It's so unfortunate the way we handle women. And I'm so pathetic that she had to lose her child. So it's a pity. I pray that she overcomes the grief and with time. But I pray that's not the only child. As a matter of fact, she's able to conceive and give birth to another one. But I think in most cases, it's even the women that bash women. You see women telling you, oh, she's not working, she's at home, because she just put to bed. You know, so who is going to talk? Who's going to be speaking for us? And I've gone through a lot, carried this baby for 9 months. Maybe it was even 2 years or something. Nobody knows. I have to go and say I gave birth to, and because I have to stay at home, somebody is telling me she's not working. Maybe, you know, the postpartum depression that comes with staying at home. Many people don't even understand this. And then if I have to go back to work, somebody is telling me after putting the child in the crèche, because why do I have to work again? Then what do you want from us? Yeah. Men bash us, women bash us, girls bash us, young bash us, workers bash us. Where do we go from here? We need to tell ourselves, this is what I want for myself. I'm doing it for myself.
Thank you, Amina.
She was just saying about how everybody bashes the woman. You want to work, you don't want to work. Men bash us, women bash us, and like self-bash. Even we bash ourselves.
Because we just feel...
Imagine how that woman would be feeling now. If I had
like serious...
I would have just waited for 6 months.
Yeah.
As in... for 1 year. She will find it difficult to forgive herself. And then extra bashing. But I love that example that you gave about... when we're having this sort of conversation, ensure that you have value. So I remember when I got my first job, and I didn't have, it was a distance, island to Alagbado, and I didn't have accommodation. And when I got to the negotiating table, they asked me what I needed, what I wanted. And I said I needed a place. And they said, okay, we'll give you, we really want you, we'll give you a place. And I said, my husband has to stay with me. They were like, they looked at each other, no, it's a girls' hostel. We can't give you... I said, well, that's... we're still in the marriage process. I can't stay away from him. I needed a place. And they said, okay, we'll think about it. Then the white woman called me and said, if you are valuable to us, we'll find a way. Don't worry, go home. And after a few days, they called me and said, okay. So the first hostel I was not put in the girls' hostel. I was given an apartment with my husband just because they wanted me. So and I know that there are people that have worked with you that you found it difficult to let them go, even when they kept coming up with, you have to do this for me, because you see the value, they are efficient, they are effective, and you just feel like you can't do without them. You find a way to work things around for them.
I agree.
But if you are not in that place where you can, you may now say, well, I've tried all I can do, but I can't at this moment. Now, what sort of support do we, as outsiders who are judging this scenario, give to such women who do not have a choice? It's the supports that we're looking at. How do you support? We have people who leave their children with neighbors. You understand the sort of neighbors that you have. It's okay, I'm going to work so time, help me take care of this child and all that. We have people ask their parents to come in to stay. We had, just find a way to
there are other women who are, there are other roles that are somewhat expendable, like a customer service. I mean, there are so many customer service reps. So you're thinking, oh, you are pregnant.
Just
oh,
be going.
So in that who protects that woman for the fact that she might lose her job simply because she's just one of the numbers. Yes, to you it might not be very valuable, but it's her job. So what do we therefore do to protect someone like that, whose job is one of the numbers, which is also...
I think that will fall under labor law. It will fall under the labor law, number one. Number two, I was having this conversation, I think it was yesterday. I was doing my makeup and I was telling the makeup girl assistant, I said, you are not on top of the game. If your absence is not felt, then your presence is not important. If you leave, you get paid to the degree of which you'll be missed when you are not there. So if you are here and I'm not feeling your impact, your madam too will not feel your impact. When you go, she will not be willing to pay you more to feel you. I think as individuals, we must grow our value on a consistent basis. If you are watching and you feel like you are dispendable, you might actually be dispendable. Tell yourself the truth. Is my job is it so important that they cannot let me go? If I'm in that kind of job, I must start finding a way to increase my value so I'm not dispensable. And that's the fact. And that's there's nothing you can do about it. Even labor self cannot fight that kind of crisis.
Let me take this call from Darian. Now comes to Miriam. Darian, are you there?
Yeah, Mariah, good morning.
Good morning, you're live. Go ahead, please.
Excited being on your show this morning, and I want to share my experience. I had my child after quite a while of marriage, and of course, everybody was excited. My mom came, but my mom is a working class woman, so she could only stay with me like 2 months, and she was gone. I actually had to work till 2 days before I gave birth, so I could have time for my 3 months with my baby. And during that 3 months, my husband and I, we had to think, what would we do with this, our precious gift, after searching for so long. And we started thinking of getting a nanny who would come in the morning when I will resume work, and then in the evening she goes when I come back. And the kind of bills they were giving us, we had to look at ourselves, and we said, we can't afford this. And the next thing was for us to put the child in a crèche. It wasn't by choice. It's a society in which we find ourselves. And I went looking for crèche. In fact, there was a particular crèche I went to. By the time I got there at about 12, all the babies were sleeping. None was awake. And I was like, no, this can't be right. And I kept praying, and of course, God led me to a crèche where I kept my baby there. The first day I dropped my baby, by the time I was leaving, I was weeping. I was crying that this gift that I've searched for so long, finally I had to put that child in a crèche and go to work. I had to do this. It wasn't by choice, because I had to work. 6 months after, my husband lost his job and didn't have a job for another 2.5 years. I had to carry the family. If I had resigned my job to look after my baby, what would have happened to us? So I think the government needs to come into this situation to ensure that the crèches are regulated. People who are taking care of babies are capable, not just any laid-back person who doesn't know what to do, or just one old woman, they just carry and put there. It must be regulated.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we keep having issues like this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mary. Fantastic. So, I mean, I think her story is so profound, and it just brings us, because I was going to come to Mariam and say, is it that we are spoilt in Nigeria? Because those of us, our counterparts abroad, somehow 3 weeks the child in the crèche because you got to start work. Nobody wants to speak English. They count your number of leave days, the amount of sick leaves you have. So it's a clockwork. You can't just say, oh, I'm thinking, should I do this? We are so spoilt in this part of the world where you're waiting for grandma to come. Is that the fact that you expect that you can get a nanny to come in to support you? Over there, you have absolutely no nanny, unless you can really afford, some can afford nannies, but most people can afford nannies. So you have to let go of that child immediately after your maternity leave is over.
But they also have up to 6 months and 1 year.
But also those countries that you mentioned, even as a system, they have people coming to check on you. Yes, you have, like, the government provides a system where a woman is sort of helped, you know. She has someone that comes to check to make sure that she's even fine, just, you know, mentally. She has a place that you take a child to that's provided for. But here in Nigeria, everything is still basically all on you. Just like we do everything for ourselves, we also need to get the care for ourselves. So that part of the extended family being with you is less and less available in Nigeria, because when I started having my babies, my mom was working. She did not have time to come and do all the staying with me for so long. You know, she had to go back to work. And I would just say, thankfully for me, I was able to, and I know, then I knew, and now even more, I knew it was a privilege that I could stay at home while my husband worked to take care of those children. I know that it was really, it wasn't something that many people had, because I worked in a bank, and I remember other bankers who had their children, they had to put their children in a crèche while they still went to the bank, and they did almost the same hours. You know, the Nigerian banks will give a few hours less, but it's still, but if you're in Lagos, it's still the many hours in traffic before you get to your child. So what she said about, I love what Mary said about government getting involved. I know the moment she said it, we were thinking, what will government do? But the part of regulations, regulating and also enforcing that those regulations are followed. And that is what this is about. We need to be able to keep our children in places that we think is safe. And then when we find out that it's not safe, we need to know a place where we can report them to, and then sanctions will be put in place, you know. So it would allow a mother, because I know that there's no mother on her own that wants to just drop her baby, a tiny baby, in a place that's not close to her.
The regulation is a whole day topic.
Yeah.
Because if you open our phone lines and tell people to start calling us and tell us experience, there'll be lots of stories. So it's a whole day topic for another day. But as we wrap up on this, let me take this call from Fumi. Fumi, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. I'm a second-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
I like that.
Yeah, I just want to contribute to this because actually, someone like me, I ran creches for 20 years.
Ooh.
Okay.
And the point is that I think the government must come to our aid.
Okay.
When I started the creche, it was out of what we went through as a young mother. And we saw that these old women, they were taking our babies then. Once we have gone to work, they gave those children, it's not even Senegal, it's a gogoro. And all the babies will go to sleep. And when you're about to come, they will take their bath and powder their faces and put them on their back, and then they say, this is my favorite. So what I want to say is that if the government wants to help these women of these days, they should please establishments where women are working. There should be facilities where you can come with even your house help and stay with your baby. I remember I went to the Affairs, Lagos State, so many years ago, that there was a crèche where we have shop right now. We heard what was going on there. The women that were there, they would just turn on the TV set and the babies were just not taken care of. And there was a particular woman that said she went to pick her child and she saw another baby in the toilet sucking the toilet brush.
Jesus Christ.
That was how she picked her baby. And now, out of passion, I now went there. I wrote a proposal at the Women Affairs that this is what I want. The person said, and I saw, said, did you see an advert? I said, no. I want you to forward this for me. She just threw it on one side. Before we know it, they told me that they are going to demolish that place, which was actually a fact that made them to break that place down and turn it to shop right now. There was a crèche in Alausa before. So these are the things that the government should come to our aid. There's no how somebody will not get married or have children.
Yes.
There's no how we will not work.
Yes.
So I
Thank you very much for me. Thank you so much for
Let me
me.
quickly just say this before we run off. I know that there's a part of the government, but then there's a part of we people. So Mary called that she saw something. I'm so happy with what Fumi did, which is to report. I think that many of us will see something bad or we notice something that we feel uncomfortable about. We'll just say, I won't put my own child here. But we're not telling or informing that I suspect that place, check it out just to be sure it's being regulated. If your child has experienced something bad in a crèche, you take your child out, but you're leaving other children there. You should ensure
As I said, this crèche matter, we'll talk about it. And as I say, it's a full day topic because I have also had my own horrific experiences, which I don't need to share right now. But we're going to make it a full day topic where everybody call in so that we can let the government of what we need them to do as regards regulating these crèches, because that's where you take out our children. So as we wrap up on this matter of inclusivity for women and International Women's Month, what do you think in your final words on how do we, I'm not talking about the big companies, just like you said, you're an international company. We're talking about the small guys. You know, there was something trending recently, toxic workplace, and it was mostly about these smaller companies, these new companies. How do smaller companies ensure that women are also well catered for, especially women who need that extra help, the concession, the extra leave they have? It's not just maternity. There's a woman who, I remember an employer used to say that she was the third wife, and she was having serious emotional issue because the first and second were giving her crazy time. So she was working, but she was in pain. Every day going. So I remember it was my former boss in City Express. She used to complain that how this girl comes to her house. Is it me that told you to marry a man that has two? No, because I remember that conversation because she was really angry. This girl would come in every day crying because of the emotional battery she's going through in her own house. So it's not just maternity. There are issues, the emotional breakdown that women have. So what do people do? You're an employer. You're an employer, Tokwe. You're employing people. It's one of your people who have this kind of breakdown. How do we help women in these kind of issues? Do men have this kind of help when they have emotional breakdowns? Do the employers notice and say, okay, because you're a man, you're the one handling all the responsibility of the house, let me give you a few weeks off to go and clear the... Do they have this kind of concession?
I think they do. So I have someone who's managing a couple of guys, and one of them has been having issues in his marriage. So I think the last conversation they were having was, take 2 weeks. I need your head in the workplace. So take 2 weeks. If you need to see a therapist, you need to see somebody, I can link you up to somebody. Clear your head and come back and give me your full attention, because we can't be missing these sort of numbers. And I know that they find a way to support. So what I would say in my final words is, as you're setting up a company, as you're growing as an MSME, let's try as much as possible to put this in the plan from the beginning. What are some of the things that I will begin to do to show more compassion? So right now, it's not about that's aggressive, we have to market it, we have to get it done, I don't care about your emotional life. No. The world is evolving to a place where we are all understanding that we are the same, and anything can happen to anybody, and we need to provide that support. So in your initial plan as a company in growing, you should find ways to fix in those things. When there's a will, there's a way. A way will come.
Yes, you know, there's something that is like a buzzword now for just working and everything, and just sustainability, that there used to be a time where businesses were pushed by profit, but now businesses are being pushed by people. And so you need to make sure that the people that work for you are in a good place, because that is what will eventually lead to profit. Right. So now when we're thinking of starting businesses, growing businesses, we need to put our resources into people. Right. If they're strong, if they're doing well, the profits will come. So.
All right, that's all we can take on this segment. As I said, we're not discounting the importance of what happened at the crèche, which is an important part of this story, of the negligence or possibly negligence of either the parents or the crèche. And it's a topic we're going to take on a different day, where we discuss the issues we have with crèches and what parents, because crèches too also have issues with parents. They said you come in to pick a child in without diapers, without any food. These are things that change the child. Sick children. So we've seen different people. So we're going to have a show where all parties will have the conversation and see how best we can push this issue forward. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll move on to our other topics. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Your View will be right back.
Being a TV host, I can tell you that being a parent is one of the biggest reality shows you will ever produce. Hi. Oh, yeah. As cute as they can be, even you need to take a break to take care of some of the other realities of life. And that's why the TVC Staff Crèche was put together to help parents just like me get those professional childcare services that they need. Come on, let's go, let's go. The TVC Staff Crèche Baby Lounge team of professionals are here to help take a load off your mind. The TVC Staff Crèche is a nursing mom support system, a toddler safe haven, and a young learners academy throughout the year. It's comfortable, convenient, and with competitive pricing for the modern parent. So, while they learn through play, you can go about getting your pay. The TVC Staff Crèche, open to the public from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m.
Down.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Flash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With these,
thanks for staying with us. So Thursdays we like to discuss relationships, family, and stuff like that. So we dug up an old 2019 video that was about a man, showing a man prevented from proposing to his woman. He was actually doing it in church. Was doing somebody's wedding, I think. So the cleric was seen in the video saying to the man that the lady is his daughter. He is not aware of their relationship, that this action is not permitted, that he ought to have contacted him before embarking on a proposal. Now, this struck a chord with many of us because many of us who have gone through the church had experiences where you must take your spouse to the pastor for approval before you finally marry. And it's become such a norm where you speak to young girls and like, you know, my pastor has also said, I've not seen my pastor. You know, my pastor has not met him. You know, we have to come and meet my pastor. And a lot of young men are complaining, like, I just want, must I see your pastor? It's not your pastor I'm marrying. So there's that conflict that is constantly happening between single men and single girls because the girls insist you must see my pastor. And the men are thinking, so what are your thoughts on this? I mean, you know, this is just your view. The show is about your view. We represent your view, and you can also share your view also. You can call us on 08127053687, 09139076948. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweet. I'm not starting with you. It's fine. Mariam, yes. This matter. Were you asked to bring your husband to the church, to the pastor?
Okay, so me, church is just
Not a joke at that time.
I'm not I do my thing, church is church, we face church. But culturally also, I like the idea of going to meet someone's parents and saying, you know what, even before you tell the person, when I hear people do that, that they go and ask the parent, I'm thinking of proposing to Tope. I just wanted to let you know ahead. I think that's the sweetest thing ever. You know, that's even before you heard about it. They have gone to. It just shows home training. It shows you have respect. You know, but I know that we've seen a lot of. But then there are situations where maybe it was the spur of the moment. It's romantic, yes, when somebody just pops a ring and gives it to you without telling your parents, but eventually you end up going to church. And then if you're a churchy person and church has been a part of your growth and development, and also maybe your journey through dating and relationship, and the pastor is the one that helps guide and is required, yes, a girl can say to meet my pastor, because you have those singles thing that people do, and the pastor is part of how they met the person, how they are dating. Yes, it involves, throughout. It just shows respect. And so I understand that video. I understand what happened. And also, there's one...
Let me pause you. Let me pause
let me just add this one. Because there's something that people have... No, I will not finish it. There's something that people say they don't like. On their wedding day, don't steal their shine. Don't come and be proposing on the day that it's my wedding, and then everybody's now turning like, yay! And then you've left the bride. So please don't do that.
Absolutely. So I like that. I like that angle. All right. So what are your thoughts? We're Christians, and I know I went through it. I don't know if you went through it. Did you go through it?
Went through it.
Hell yeah, I went through it. I mean,
I didn't go.
I
didn't go through it because my father-in-law was a pastor. So things were just a lot easier for us. But watching that video, it was all shades of wrong. It was very wrong. I was really very upset. And if I'm the woman, say, if you collect a knock on your head, what's nonsense? Why?
Upset about what? That he did on somebody else's wedding day? Or the fact that
he did it on somebody else's wedding day. Secondly, I'm a Christian. We should follow the traditions of Christianity. See, if you don't want to go to church, you want to stay on one side of the lane like Miriam, do church, but you're not really involved in the church activities, that's fine. This girl is obviously someone who is involved with the church. And if you had enough respect, you would have had this conversation with either her parents or the church head. Because this is what happens in that, like she said, the pastors are actually involved in all this singles thing. I'm dating somebody, and then they take you through the counseling. You people need to learn this, you people need to know this. That's the tradition of Christians. You have to follow it. Why do you, because you bought a 15 naira ring, you now want to come and take another person's shine? That was all shades of wrong, and it should not be. So let's, Christians, we like to cherry pick. We pick the one that works for us. And some people will say, that was so romantic, knelt down at the spur of the moment. There's nothing like spur of the moment. You went to buy that ring.
Thank you.
You use money to pay for the ring. You planned that you were going to do it on that day. Let's try to give respect to when you deserve that respect.
I was going to focus on the fact that, the fact that the girl was insisting. Go on, you've not seen my pastor.
Yes, now.
So now, the part of him proposing on somebody's wedding, that's a different issue.
That's wrong.
That's wrong, and I think that we all agree. But are we also okay? Because what we're seeing online, people were condemning the woman, we insist that, must he see your pastor?
Yes.
Okay, so I think that it is important before marriage to have, Yoruba call it any bawi, who can correct my partner. Who can I report my partner to?
Yes.
It's important. I think it's not that you will ever use it, but have someone that can sit on that guidance role that you would listen to, she would listen to. Very important. Me, I'm a church girl. I was a section leader before I got married. It was impossible for me to say I want to marry and my husband to be would not meet my section leader, my area coordinator. It is impossible. Before, yes, he's met my parents, but when we started considering that, okay, when we were saying tentatively we're going to pick a date, the thing is we cannot pick a date until you've spoken to Brother Jabagun. You need to speak to Brother G. Brother G, okay, this is Brother G's wife. You have to speak to because we need to fill the form. And before we can fill form, area coordinator must sign on the form. So like it is not...
There's a system.
There's a system. So we fill the form. Brother G met him, had a conversation with him. He wasn't comfortable. He told me he wasn't comfortable. I told Brother G that, see,
this is where my heart is.
I feel strongly that this is the person and I won't go ahead. And he said, his wife, last year we were at Pastor Niya Adesoya's 50th birthday. And Brother G and his wife held me and my husband and they were crying. Because Brother G was telling me that he had to convince his wife we can release Tokwe to marry Mark. And he is so happy to see that he walked
strong.
So I had people praying on my marriage.
Yeah.
And for me, I believed in that process.
Yeah.
So I went through that process, got their permission, got my parents' permission. You don't overlook those things because if the foundation is wrong, I'm not saying that those that don't do it, the foundation is wrong. But if that's the foundation you want to build, you trust in. I can always call to God that you were there from the beginning, you know, because I involved you. So that is the way.
Look at my own. Okay, that's right. Mariam is like, me that did not do all this one.
Because my own wiring. So it's not like everybody that did not do it is wrong, but this girl, that's a wiring too.
Mariah,
so don't come and proposing.
To the believer, it is true.
That's why I kept
whatever
saying.
you believe in works for you. The power of your beliefs.
Yeah.
So she believes it and it works for her. I didn't go through all that. I knew what I wanted, and initially I had prayers done, and they said he wasn't the one. I think I mentioned this here. He wasn't the one. Then after he bought car, I went back to the prayer, and the prayer changed. I said, he's not the one. I was like, oh my God, I'm grateful for the sort of heart that I have because I knew what I wanted. I would have missed out because I was waiting for people to pray on my behalf. So it's good as a woman that you know what you want.
Yes.
Nobody should tell you you shouldn't marry this person, but give them that respect of showing them this is the person, this is the process we're working through. We just need your prayers. We don't need your disapproval.
I definitely went through that process, absolutely, because I mean, there's no way. And once you're dating like this, Pastor Ito, I was like, Mariah, who is that guy? Pastor Ito will call you because there's no way he will marry you. Pastor Ito, and even, is it not Deaconess Angela? You know her now. She will call you. Yes. She will call you. I mean, so these are people that were like sisters and aunties in church. Yeah. Once you're dating, they'll ask you, they are there to cut you into size. So when you now say, okay, this is the person, oh my goodness, Brown went through Wahala. Pastor Ito interviewed him, the Deaconess Angela, I can't remember the other Deaconess, they will sit down with him. We all went through that 3 months of what do you call it? Counseling, marriage counseling. We did it, myself and my girlfriend, Wumi, did it together. So the thing is that structure is there. Yeah. So she is part of that structure. Yes. And so him doing that there was totally wrong, right? Yes. But those who are looking from the outside in and saying, must he see the pastor? Doesn't mean that they can't go and meet their girlfriends directly. Yes. They're outside that system. Yeah. So it doesn't mean you cannot meet your wife without, but is there a need? The question therefore is that, must there be somebody that is like a pastor / parent that you must see before?
Yes, I think everybody has that, even if you're not in the church. My husband came to Jos, and he met with different people who asked him, why? Especially that because he had been married before. In what role did our daughter play in your previous marriage? You know, I was like, no, I didn't even know her at all. Yeah. So there are people that, you know, must be there. There are people that you also have just supported you throughout your, growing. Even before you get married, so how far? Who is the latest guy? You know, how is he? They see you dating someone, they'll be like, I'm not feeling this person. I don't think this person, does this person have your values? And you take the person and they...
I'm sorry to pause you. I want you to stay on this because what of that romantic moment?
I was heading there.
Because the beauty of that moment, should we not at least let the moments go through?
So that's where I was headed. So I was just trying to establish that we all have those sort of people, even if it's not a church person. After all, there are some people that go to mosque, they don't go to. But I also understand the part of where someone is being romantic, but you cannot take it away from, you cannot do just the romance and not involve those people that are in your life.
They help you plan the romance better.
For me, I didn't get an engagement ring until my husband had seen family. Right. But I know friends who got an engagement ring and then went home with it. But they already knew the person. So it was not like you appear from nowhere. I think what makes her case unique is because there's a process in church that happens that way, and you must meet a pastor before you can even just put a ring. But for most other people who are not in church, you can have the ring. They already know that you're dating this person, and then you come like, you guys, surprise, I got a ring. And then, it goes on from there. But to just come to church and just kneel down on someone's wedding, for me, it did not come out. But there are some people who will tell you that I don't mind because I can always remember that on my wedding day, my best friend also got engaged.
Let me take this call from Dixon. Dixon, are you there? Hello, Dixon, you're live.
Yeah, good morning.
Go ahead. Good morning.
Thank you. I'm the first caller, first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Yes, I actually want to contribute to the... Hello? Are you hearing me, please?
Very clearly. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I think I want to contribute to the topic because I want to say why. Thank you. I want to say why a lot of persons, mostly girls, it's okay, let's see my pastor. Why a lot of people say, let's see my pastor, I think it's also a way of determining who is serious and who is not serious. I know when a young lady says, let's go and see my pastor, a man who just want to hang around with who is not serious, at that point, he wants to back out.
Yes, exactly, Dixon. So those are some of the checks they put in place to help you.
I actually have a story, which wasn't what I wanted to say. I just remembered that actually a man that was going to date one of my mentees, they were dating, and he brought her to the church. So he's met her church background, but he also mentioned that we cannot go ahead until you meet my own leaders too, because he's a leader in his own church. She's a leader in her church, and they still had a bit of conflict on she doesn't want to leave her church, he cannot leave the church, but there was a cross introduction because you also have to meet my leaders as well. I feel originally the question of spontaneity and romance in the proposal, I wonder at the surprise. Did you not think he was going to marry you? Were you just doing free dating scene? But the Oyinbo people that are doing surprise now, they didn't go and meet their pastor. No, so why are we copying a culture that doesn't? Different. That's what I'm saying. That was it that you did not think he was going to ever marry you in Nigerian context, where every woman, as you are dating, most women, as they're dating, they're already dreaming of the wedding gown. So you now act surprised. So I feel that many of those surprise stuff is already planned, and they know that he probably would propose. Some even already picked the ring, and they just do. What I'm saying is yes,
God will help us.
Exactly.
Pick the right things and do it well. When I watch those Oyibo movies and I see those, engagements and proposals and all that, I don't see it at the altar. They finish and go to reception. And then the people that are doing the, people that are getting married, they already know that something is going to happen. Yes. You take excuse from them, it's their day. I don't see it in the altar. They are still praying for two people that they are joining together. They don't even know if the marriage is going to work. Another person is kneeling down by the side. Let us copyright, please. Let's copyright. And we wait. I
have this feeling that if it was done in an Oyinbo church, the response would have been different.
Not during
they finished the prayer.
I think she's right. I think Mariam is right.
They would have been so by the romance.
And the pastor would still pause.
Like, oh my
and everybody come around them.
No. We also have the way that we are as Africans and as Nigerians.
We're respectful here.
Yes, I don't know. Yes, we are respectful. There's a process in which we do things, and it's our way, and it's okay.
Our tradition.
It's just who we are. But then we now have another group of people where, for them, it's not. Some of the things are not so rigid like that. So it's likely that Oyinbo people may just be carried away by the beauty of, it was so spontaneous, we were not expecting it, it was beautiful, and they move from that because they know after that there would be following the procedure. It would have been in church, and the pastor would know that after he's just done this, okay, that means you are coming to see me for counseling, and it will move on. But we know in Nigeria, even in small things, he did not even greet me, and so I will not greet the person, Another person will be like, hi, and just move on, and then maybe address that. But in Nigeria, as Africans, there's a way that we must do things, and if you don't do it, no matter how old, even if you're a tiny baby, if that child does not follow, you enter a place, you greet the person, and you pick the... If you don't do it that way...
When Jesus said, give to Caesar what is Caesar's, I am glad that you know we are Africans and we have a process, and we must follow the process. We must raise... So when we are copying, let's copy the things that we believe will better our lives. It's not everything we have to copy. This is a process we must follow and do it right. Me, if they had done this at the reception, I wouldn't have had a problem. It would have just been okay. As the couples are already seated, they've done their blessing of marriage.
Okay, we have to wrap up on this.
It's okay. Not while somebody is praying for somebody.
For me, that one's really second issue.
I feel that, let me just quickly throw this in, because whenever people mention my pastor, many of us don't think independently. And I want to re-highlight what I said in my story. They didn't, at first sight, agree with my marriage. I had to convince them I knew what I was doing. Many people believe so much in their pastor's opinion that they would miss out on what God has designed for them.
I would have.
Because they did not hold on to what they believe. They did not have God for themselves to hear from God. And so I think that as much as we believe, oh, pastors have this direct phone call conversation with God to tell you what to do with your life, I believe that individuals must also ground themselves to be able to say, this is what I want, and then convince the people that are that love you around you that you know what you're doing. And I pray it works out for you.
Yeah, and talk about that also is not just a pastor thing. Even parents can make that mistake.
Yeah.
Yes.
My mom was not feeling my husband either. He did not
think convince, so you must have that inner strength.
But yeah, so it's important that when you are getting married, be mature enough to know what you want.
Yeah. Me, everybody around me except me was everybody was saying, that's your husband. Me, I'm like, I was saying, everybody, wait, I say, my mother has never dreamt about my husband. I'm right, and then mommy, that's a lie. You have never had this kind of, no, what I like drum seeds. Your husband is first class. I say, mommy, that's it. You know, everybody around me was confused about me.
You know that story you shared? I was scared that the story was going to go another way when you said the man insisted on taking her to their own pastor. I was thinking probably when they got there, they found out she had dated somebody.
No. You actually just walked out.
Nollywood.
Just follow the process.
Anyways,
and respect.
This is one of those feel-good topics, but I think really, I also want to say that we like the romantic part of it. So the planning of the romantic should be properly done. Use emotional intelligence to know where and where not to propose. That's one. Number two, there's absolutely nothing wrong in getting a spiritual leader.
Yeah.
The spiritual leaders either endorsements or even advice on your spouse, even though they don't agree. You can also convince, and once you're convicted of what you want, you can either convince them or you can find a way to even do it, but just know that you know God for yourself. But either way, but if you're not even in all this churchy or mosque setting or Muslim setting, if you're outside, that's fine. Do you, but know that you're convinced that this is the person you want to do.
And you must not kneel down. The marriage is more important than all those shenanigans.
Yeah.
You want romance?
Yeah.
Kneel down.
Kneel down. There's nothing wrong with your
You ain't got to kneel down, honey. You kneel down. Kneeling down is not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
That is all we can take on the show today. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Made $1 million from my organic beauty brand. Do you own an organic beauty brand? Oyeta Kokoroko of Okoko Cosmetics in Canada will be live at Bona Expo 22 holding a masterclass. Have you registered to attend or be a vendor? Hurry!